I am so excited right now, guys. You have no idea how excited I am. We are finally getting something new, crispy good. You guessed it, from G&G. What's going on, you guys? My name is Boaz, and today we're gonna be talking about the new G&G M14 EBR. And honestly, at this point, guys, we should just rename the channel to like G&G or something, because that's pretty much all the guns we're reviewing right now. But that's not a bad thing, because G&G in the past year, like we said over and over again, they're like one of the only companies out there that has been producing airsoft, like new airsoft guns during, you know, the whole pandemic and everything. And let me tell you, I'm so happy. I'm so glad that G&G is making a ton of new guns, and not all of them are just your typical M4. Yeah, I know. You guys are probably gonna say, hey, Boaz, this is not new. Technically, it is new. And the reason why is because they recently added their ETU unit onto this gun. So that does, in technicality, make it new. But you know what else is really new? Is actually you subscribing. Oh, that's right. I don't know what it is, guys, but most of you guys that watch the channel are not subscribed. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as ring the bell icon so that way you can get notified every time we upload a new video. And if you guys would like to help us out directly, support us directly, make sure to stop by to AirsoftGI.com for all your airsoft needs. That'll make sure that Kevin doesn't eat ice soup for 3 days out of the week, and also helps me get paid a little bit, just a little bit over minimum wage, so I can afford all these new Gucci airsoft products that I can add to my private collection. So let's talk about the externals here. Obviously, when you first look at it, it's a beautiful looking replica of the M14 EBR. Now for me, I'm a huge fan of the platform. Actually, this is one of the guns that I've really wanted as a DMR platform for actually the longest time. When you look at it, absolutely gorgeous. And it's full metal, full metal. You know what that means, G&G plus full metal. You know what that means, right? But it's an absolutely solidly built gun, very sturdy platform, and it does come in two variants. So right now we have the short boy, which is my personal favorite, like the SOCOM style. And for all you guys that want that extra 1.5 extra inches of inner barrel length, we have the long boy. They're identical. They're completely identical. All they did was just extend the outer barrel by about like 4 inches with the flash hider, maybe like 5-6 inches. You're only actually getting like an inch of extra inner barrel with this one. So honestly, for me, I like the short boy a lot better. And let me tell you about the charging handle real quick. I love the charging. It's so satisfying. It's like it's better than an LCT AK. All right, so just listen to this. Oh, you hear that? Let's go. Okay, that sounded really good. Okay, but other than that, you have a polymer handguard, which is actually doubles as a battery compartment. You have a retractable stock over here that can be adjusted. I think it's at least around 7 to 8 positions, you know, very precise. Adjustable cheek riser. You have a sling plate that's ambi on the end, on both sides over here on the rear of the gun, and over here on the left side of the gun, you have another sling plate up here. Now this does come with the integrated traditional M14 iron sights, but who's going to use that? We're obviously going to put a scope on top. So up here on the top we have a full length, along the length of the handguard, Picatinny rail. You have some small Picatinny rails sections on the sides here. If you guys want to put flashlights, lasers, I mean, I don't think you'd really need it, but they have it. And they also have a small section Picatinny on the bottom, which is very interesting. Right now we did put a Strike Industries barricade stop over here, but I'm sure you heretics out there will put like, I don't know, AFGs, vertical foregrips, grenade launchers, maybe. Or what it's intended to be used with is Picatinny bipod. But I'm sure you heretics would put some crazy crap on there. And one thing to note, by the way, when you're mounting optics is they do have the M14 EBR platform also comes with this little tiny section of Picatinny here at the rear, right in front of the rear sight. So that is intended for you to mount a scope ring back here, so that way you can get the proper eye relief when you're mounting a scope. Now, one gripe I do have about the top rail section is honestly, I know it's for Airsoft. I know like the real version doesn't really have something like this, but at least just for Airsoft, just to make things look cooler. If they could just go full monolithic, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, you could do all sorts of crazy combos with optics and stuff, honestly, and I think that'd be really cool. There's also a small section of Picatinny here behind the receiver of the gun, which I'm not too sure why they did that. I don't know exactly what it's for.
Foregrip.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, foregrip. Yeah, sure, for sure, foregrip. And okay, but also moving down to pistol grip, very slim. It's almost like I would dare say like a real spec. It's very thin, very slim pistol grip down here, and that's because the motor of the gun is actually not located in the pistol grip. Moving down here to the trigger unit, you have your traditional M14 safety. So you push in this little metal piece to put it in safe, push it out for fire. You have your lever style magazine release down here to put in your M14 magazines. And on the other side of the gun, you have a fire selector. And yes, it goes full auto. Now, internally, this is where things get pretty interesting. Now, I'm gonna say right off the gate, if you guys don't know about the M14 EBR platform by G&G, because this gun has been out for a while, if you guys don't know, it is a proprietary system. Now, wait, hold on. Before you guys grab your pitchforks and torches and try to burn down G&G, hold on, hear me out for a second. So, internally, the gearbox design itself is proprietary, yes, but it is using your standard version 2 style gears. So if you want to switch out your gear set, you can. The cylinder head itself is proprietary, as well as the tappet plate. That's unfortunate, but it still uses the cylinder head for the classic Army M14, and I believe that Lonix themselves do make aftermarket upgrade parts, so you can still sort of in a way work on compression if you wanted to, which I don't think it really needs to, honestly. But it also has an AUG style hop-up unit, and it is, I guess you could say technically like a rotary style hop-up in there, which is actually a really nice design. Basically what you need to know at the end of the day is that it is not compatible with the standard TM style M14 parts. It does use an amalgamation of different kind of parts out there and its own proprietary system, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And in the shooting segment we're gonna get to in a bit, you're gonna see why. But that's just what it is. According to our head tech Taylor, he does say that the G&G platform of the M14 actually makes a better DMR platform than your standard TM M14. That I can't really speak to that just because I'm not a tech, but according to him, that's just how it is. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is internally, and it also has the new G&G ETU unit, similar to the ones found in the CMF16 and the SSG1. So if you don't know about the new G&G ETU system, basically it allows you to just program the trigger. So if you wanted to do like, I don't know, 3-round burst in your M14 EBR, or a 5-round burst, or I don't know, binary trigger, or realistically in my application, like a milsim setting, you semi-lock it, right? You can do that. It has the ability to do that because right out of the gate, this gun can go full auto. Some airsoft fields will not allow you to run a DMR if it has full auto capabilities. So having a semi-lock feature, honestly, is a very big trouble and time saver for you if you especially want to use this in those kind of field settings. But I mean, if you want to mess around, I mean, binary and 5-round bursts EBR, honestly, it's kind of funny. You've been hearing me sing praises about this gun this whole video, so what are the things I don't like about the G&G EBR? Well, first things first, battery compartment. Remember how I said the handguard here doubles as a battery compartment? Well, in order for you to access the battery compartment, you have to remove 6 hex key screws. 6, not 1. Like if it was 1 or 2 screws, I'd be okay with that, but 6. So, and then you slide it off, and then you have to like jam the battery in there. So because of the ETU and the MOSFET system inside the EBR, you can run an 11.1 LiPo out of the box. And I would highly recommend that because it makes the triggers so much more responsive and the rate of fire optimal if you want to go full auto. But if I were to pick this up, I would 1,000%, 1,000,000% put in a Titan power battery in there because they last forever. I'm literally just gonna stick the battery in there, put the screws in, and I'm just gonna just leave it in there because I'm never gonna want to take this out and charge it again. So that's one of my biggest gripes. Second gripe is the cheek riser adjustment. Now this is probably universal to all or most EBR platforms out there, but you literally have to take this like a small like ballpoint pen or like a small hex key, and you have to like click in these like little tiny holes on the stock to like barely adjust like one section at a time. It's definitely not easy to use, so I would not recommend adjusting your cheek placement on the fly, like during a game. I would do this like maybe a night or a day before you go out to play with this thing. Third gripe I have about this gun is the magazines. Well, G&G outside of the box, they will provide you your standard high cap M14 magazine. In my opinion, I just think the M14 high caps are not the greatest as a platform in general, but I'm glad that they included the high cap, because reloading this thing is a pain in the butt because of the way that the system is designed, or the hop-up system, feed system is designed. You actually have to reload it in a very specific way. Like you have to rock the front of the magazine in until you feel like the spring-loaded button like kind of press in, and then you have to carefully rock it back. If you don't reload it exactly the way G&G intended for you to reload it, or load it in general, you're gonna run into some feeding issues, which actually happened the first time I picked this gun up because I didn't know.
I'm having feeding issues.
Okay. It does pay to read the manual, so read the manual. The G&G M14 EBR ETU version shoots at around 390 to 400 feet per second using a .20 gram BB, and also has a rate of fire of around 18 BBs per second using an 11.1 LiPo. You have no idea how excited I am right now. I need to shoot this thing right now. Kevin, grab the targets. We're gonna go shoot this thing. Oh, dude, I am so excited. Long boy, I don't like the long boy. Long boy can stay here. But, oh, let's go shoot this thing.
What's going on, guys? We're out here at the range with the new G&G EBR. I chose to get the shorty version just because I thought it looks so much cooler. And we have a target set out here at about a staggering, I would say like 250 feet. And we just dialed in the hop up right now. We're using .32 gram BBs, and we're just gonna test it stock right out of the box. So why don't we just start shooting this thing? Oh, and I forgot to mention, adjustable cheek riser. I adjusted right to my specifications, which is great. And let me tell you, already just holding this gun, it feels super solid, and it's surprisingly kind of light. I was expecting this gun to be a lot heavier than it actually is, but once you hold it, it feels very natural in the hands. Oh, tagged him. Oh, go higher. I'm tagging him. Go low. Tagging him. Hit the stand. I'm tagging him all the way out at 250 feet. That's insane. Oh, and by the way, this thing goes full auto. You know, just in case there's a lot of targets downrange, you know how it is, full auto DMR. You know how it is.
The G&G M14 EBR, both short and long ETU versions, retail for $557 here at AirsoftGI.com. And make sure, do not forget to use the Wombo combo to get free shipping and rewards points. I knew it. Remember what I said? G&G with full metal. All right, G&G and full metal, when they come together, it's at least $400. Oh yeah, this really does take the cake. But as you can see, even for $550, would I say it's worth it? And honestly, after thinking about it for a while, I would say yes, because if you are using a unique platform, because most DMR platforms, honestly, that we get here at the store are SR25s, 417s, very few SCAR SSRs, right? That's usually what we're seeing out here on the market today. So if you want something more unique like an M14 platform to run a DMR setup, it does need a lot of work. If you go out and buy entry-level M14 or a Tokyo Marui spec M14, again, you need to put a lot of work into it. However, here with the G&G, out of the box, the accuracy is, it's almost unreal. You know, the fact that I could take a gun out of the box and shoot almost 300 feet out and still hit the target reliably, like it blows my mind. And honestly, if you guys do put in a tighter bore inner barrel, drop in a bucking, whatever, I don't know what else you can do to this gun. Like whatever magic that they sprinkled onto this EBR is like, it's beyond me. And honestly, it's gonna cost you the same amount, right? Because you have to buy an EBR kit in addition to your bare bones M14, and then gut the internals completely and put a ton of upgrade parts into it, and then do that all over again, because teching and upgrading is a trial and error process. You're probably gonna end up spending more money on that rather than getting this out of the box. And for those of you guys who know me, I'm very much on the camp of buying over building. And I would say for me, I would just save up the money and get this M14 EBR, which I honestly, after shooting this, I might. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out our video on the updated G&G M14 EBR ETU version. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below. It does help us out a lot, as well as ringing the bell icon notification to get notified every time we upload a new video. We upload on Wednesdays and Fridays, and we do live streams with Cisco on Thursdays for a very intimate, very close experience with Cisco. Guys, let us know what you think about this M14 EBR platform down below in the comments. It doesn't exclusively have to be about the G&G. You guys can talk about if you guys run M14s, how do you guys think about M14s as a whole in Airsoft. Go ahead and just start that discussion down there below. It's been Boaz with Airsoft GI, and we'll see you next time.